English by the Nature Method, Chapter 11. The 11th Chapter. The Lake. One day at the farm, Mr. Smith said to his brother George, "Today I shall go to the lake with the children." "Yes," said his brother, "it will be good for them. The lake is only small. It is near the farm. It is only 5 minutes from the farm to the lake. The farm is not near the city. It is 2 hours from the city to the farm. The lake is not far from the farm. It is near the farm. The farm is far from the city. It is not near the city. England is far from Sweden, but England is near France. Between the farm and the lake there are fields. That's the field. You see it, and that's the lake. In some fields there is grass, and in other fields there is corn. In summer the animals are in the fields. There are cows in the fields, and there are also horses in the fields. That's the horse. The cows and the horses eat the grass in the fields. When the cows eat much grass, they give good milk. The hens eat grass too, and we eat the hens' eggs. The hens also eat corn. When the hens get much corn to eat, we get many eggs. Where is the lake? The lake is near the farm. Is the farm near the city? No, the farm is not near the city. It is far from the city. Is England far from France? No, England is near France. What is between the lake and the farm? There are fields between the lake and the farm. What animals are there in the fields? There are cows and horses in the fields. That's the road. What do they eat? They eat the grass in the fields. There is a road from the farm to the lake. There is also a road from the city to the farm. The road from the farm to the lake is short. It goes through the fields. The children go through the door of the house into the garden. Does the road go through the farm? No. One road goes to the farm from the city, and another road goes from the farm to the lake. What does the road to the lake go through? It goes through the fields. How do the children get from the house into the garden? They go through the door, but sometimes John goes through the window. How do they get from the farm to the lake? They go by the road through the fields. How do Mr. Smith and his family get from the farm to the city? They go by the road to the city. There is water in the lake. In summer, the water is warm. In winter, it is cold, and sometimes there is ice on the lake. But when it's summer, the water is warm. When the children are very warm, they drink cold water, but the water in the lake is not good to drink. Mr. Smith takes his children with him to the lake. John takes a ball with him to play with in the water, and Helen takes her doll with her. What is in the lake? There is water in the lake. Do the children drink the water of the lake? No, they do not, but the horses and the cows do. What is on the lake in the water? What is on the lake in winter? Sometimes there is ice on the lake in winter. Does Mr. Smith take his children with him to the lake? Yes, he takes them with him. Does he take his brother with him? No, his brother has no time to go to the lake. He works every day in summer, except on Sundays. What do the children take with them to play with? John takes his ball, and Helen takes her doll. Does Helen take her doll with her into the water? No, it's not good for her doll to get into the water. What do Mr. Smith and the children do at the lake? They swim in the water. Do they all swim? Yes, they all swim except Baby. But Helen is not a very good swimmer. She has learned to swim this summer. Has John learned to swim this summer too? No, he learned to swim last summer. and he is a very good swimmer. Is the water warm enough to swim in? Yes, in August it is warm enough, but in spring it is not warm enough. It is too cold in spring to swim in. Is the baby big enough to learn to swim? No, she is too small to learn to swim. This morning John asked his father, "Father, when will you take us to the lake?" "I shall take you there today," his father answered. "Will you come with us, George?" he asked his brother. "No," the farmer answered. "I have no time today, but ask me on Sunday and I shall answer yes." John has asked his father every day for a week, "Will you take us to the lake today?" And every day his father has answered, "No, not today." But this morning his father answered, "Yes, today. We shall all go to the lake." The children and their father will walk to the lake. What is to walk? To walk is to go on foot. The baby does not walk. She is not big enough to walk, but her father takes her on his arm. Yesterday the children walked for 2 hours through the fields. How long has John walked today? He has walked for only 10 minutes today. 5 minutes to the lake and 5 minutes back to the house. After the summer holidays, the family will go back to town, to the city, and the children will go back to school. When will they go back to town? They will go back to the city in August. What does Mr. Smith say to his brother? He says, "Come with us to the lake today, George." And what does his brother answer? He answers, "Not today, but ask me on Sunday and I shall answer yes." What does John ask his father? He asks, "Will you take us to the lake today?" And what does his father answer? He answers, "Yes, go and take your ball and your doll. Today we shall all go to the lake and swim."